Hello, Facebook friends. It's Carla, your online doctor, with today's Live in 5. Today is Tuesday, right? February 18th. It is 5:02 p.m. Wow, 3-day weekend took a long time. That was a good long weekend. Hope you guys had a good one as well. Okay, so today I'd like to talk to you about your thyroid. That's the butterfly-shaped gland that sits low on the front of your neck. Okay, it sits along the front of your trachea, and when it's normal size, you really can't feel it. Maybe an expert endocrinologist might be able to, but I can't, right? So the thyroid is part of your endocrine system, the hormones in your body, and it secretes several thyroid hormones appropriately. The main one is thyroxine, also called T4. These hormones act throughout the body, influencing metabolism, growth and development, body temperature, and much more. It does a lot. Okay, it's a very important gland. Now, during infancy and childhood, adequate thyroid hormone is crucial for brain development. Okay, so you definitely need that to be functioning well when you are a little kid. We need it functioning well all the time, but when your brain is developing, clearly it is very important. Now, adequate amounts of iodine are required in your diet to allow the thyroid to convert iodine to thyroid hormones. Now, that's the T4 thyroxine and T3, which is triiodo, which is iodine, thyrine. So the thyroid cells combine the iodine and the amino acid tyrosine to make T3 and T4. Now, adults need about 150 micrograms per day of iodine, and it's usually obtained very easily through your diet, since it's found in dairy products like milk and cheese, eggs, seafood like shrimp and tuna, and of course in iodized salt. Now, processed foods, however, often loaded with salt, do not contain iodized salt. So don't count on that. I mean, you shouldn't be eating processed food anyway. You know how I feel, but it's not iodized, so it's not helping you. More than 12% of the U.S. population will develop a thyroid condition in their lifetime. That is a huge number. So we're going to be talking about this a fair amount in the next couple of days, and maybe longer. Okay, so it's estimated 20 million Americans have some form of thyroid disease. Up to 60% may not even be aware that they have a problem. Eek. Okay, that's bad, because if you don't even know you have a problem, you don't even know to do anything to make it better. Right? You just may be feeling lousy or tired or all kinds of other things, and it could be pretty easily treated. Okay, so the most common thyroid conditions include the following. Number one is what's called a goiter. It's a general term for thyroid swelling and can actually be harmless or may represent iodine deficiency, or can be associated with a condition called Hashimoto's thyroiditis. Hey, Marty. Number two is thyroiditis. It's basically inflammation. Anytime you have an itis, it's an inflammation, but it's an inflammation of the thyroid, usually from a viral infection or an autoimmune condition. I'll talk more about that because some people don't think there's any autoimmune going on. It's all viral related. It may be asymptomatic, or you may have an extremely painful thyroid gland, or anywhere in between. Number three is hyperthyroidism. It's a condition where the thyroid is overactive and produces too much thyroid hormone. This is usually due to an overactive thyroid nodule or a condition called Graves' disease. Number four is hypothyroidism, a condition where your thyroid produces too little thyroid hormone, most commonly due to damage to the gland caused by an autoimmune condition. Okay, so there's destruction, inflammation, maybe there's a massive release of thyroid hormone producing a condition of hyper, and then the gland has nothing left to be able to do, and you go into a hypo state. Number 5, hello Joyce, is a thyroid nodule. Now, small abnormal mass or lump in the gland. These are very common and may cause no problems at all. Few are cancerous, very few. So you don't want to say you don't have to worry about that, but it's not common. But some may secrete excess hormones, causing a hyperthyroid condition. Okay, so you really need to keep your eye on that. Depending on who you read, thyroid nodules are believed to be, and I said we're going to talk about this more, a walling off of a viral infection. Your body's only mechanism is to wall it off and close it into a confined space. And Epstein-Barr virus is the main culprit that they talk about. So if you have a thyroid nodule, you may want to consider looking into Epstein-Barr virus as the cause. And lastly, number 6 is thyroid cancer. It's an uncommon form of cancer with less than 200,000 cases in the United States per year. Okay, it sounds like a huge number, but based on our U.S. population, that's a very low number. Most are curable with a 98% cure rate if treated appropriately with surgery, radiation, or other treatments. Now, many people believe thyroid conditions are autoimmune, meaning the body sees the tissue as foreign and your own immune system attacks it and creates disease. Now, like I said, there are some, however, that believe thyroid conditions are triggered by viruses, specifically that Epstein-Barr virus, and we're going to talk more about that tomorrow. So, if you have anybody that's in your life that has a thyroid condition, or you may suspect they have one, or they have Epstein-Barr virus, this week is a week they need to follow along and hear what's going on here, because there's a lot of information about both thyroid and Epstein-Barr that you need to know. So I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I will be back again tomorrow for another Live in 5.